dancing off the floor. I feel lighter, lighter. I'm hooked on this feeling and I'm wanting some more. I can't get enough, got a craving for more. Give me all of that, give me what you got. I can't stop, I can't stop. I keep going up, I'm climbing to the top. I'm high on the feeling, oh yeah, yeah. And I'm not coming down, 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 down. I'm high on the feeling, oh yeah, yeah. And I'm not coming down, 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 down. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. 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 Oh, I was born to go and fly, to fly higher, higher, like a bird up in the sky, on a wire, wire. I'm hooked on this feeling and I'm wanting some more. I can't get enough, got a craving for more. Give me all of that, give me what you got. I can't stop, I can't stop. I keep going up, I'm climbing to the top. I'm high on the feeling, oh yeah, yeah. And I'm not coming down, 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 down. I'm high on the feeling, oh yeah, yeah. And I'm not coming down, 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 down. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 I want it, I love it, I gotta have it. I want it, I love it, I gotta have it. I'm high on the feeling, oh yeah, yeah. And I'm not coming down, 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 down. I'm high on the feeling, oh yeah, yeah. And I'm not coming down, 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 down. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Good morning. Hello.
Good morning. Hello.
Happy Friday.
It's Friday and it's raining.
Well,
And it's
we have a great
cold.
location here.
We do. We're inside and it's warm.
I know. Thank you guys for joining us today on TNT. It is a great, great Friday. I hope everyone's happy to be here. We always like to welcome everyone in when they show up
Yeah.
first.
Welcome everyone. We take a roll call with our current agents, and if you are new, we would love for you to chat in and let us know who you are and where you're from.
So that is very good. We're trying to create this habit, this routine of doing things, right? Doing the toughest thing first thing in the morning, getting that all established and worked out, and learning. So that's what we're about here. We're about sharing some different topics each morning that are useful for you as a realtor. So the first topic that we're going to go over today.
Realtor.
Yes. First topic is going to be Realtors. Attention, Realtors. CCAR has an update, and you need to work through it for your billing information.
Yes,
And
sir.
Sean is going to address that for you. Then we also have appraisal packet reminders for listing agents and a couple of important notes there that Sean is going to
Yep.
discuss with us. 2021 property tax values.
Ooh.
And
That'll be
how do we
interesting.
take those into account for new contracts? Okay, so we'll talk through that just a little bit. That one's like long enough that we could do a whole topic on it
Yeah, we probably should.
individually. And then we have realtors that you can establish your Google My Business page and how to do that. We alluded to some of the items around that, but we didn't hit the exact link for you during the agent meeting. So we're going to give you that and tell you to go ahead and complete that for yourself.
Great.
And then our word of the day is going to be assumption. That is the real estate word of the day.
Assumption.
Awesome. Well, I'm here for you on a Friday. Let's go ahead and hit that bell and move on.
Oh, that was weak.
Hey, Realtors. Let's talk about CCAR, their billing system, and some of the updates that you might need to do and precautions you should take.
Just a couple of housekeeping things. So our association that we belong to, where we get our MLS access from, is CCAR, Collin County Association of Realtors.
There you go.
So you guys can log in to your account at ccar.net, and you can log in with your MLS credentials. And what you need to do is you need to understand your dues. Okay, so we have annual dues, and then we have MLS fees that are charged quarterly.
Okay.
They have a new system at CCAR. They've updated their system, and you are able to now go in and put a credit card on file where it'll you can do auto pay for your dues. So that way you don't miss them. Because what happens is if you miss them, they are going to turn off your MLS and you're not going to have access. So we don't want to have that happen. Also, if you don't pay your dues, then there is a reinstatement fee. So you want to avoid that too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of you, when you got your real estate license, you probably gave Trek whatever email you currently had because it was before you were sponsored, with us. So you probably had your Yahoo or Gmail or something like that. So
probably AOL. People have been here a long time. Yeah.
Yes, probably AOL. So you want to make sure that you have in CCAR your current Acquisto Real Estate email, because that's where they're going to notify you and send you any information from CCAR, any correspondence that you get is going to come to that email. So you want to go in there to your profile in CCAR, update your email address, and that's where you can put in your credit card information for billing. So I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of that and you know how to do that. You may even want to go back to Trek and update your email address with them as well. So that way you get notices when your license is going to expire. And then when you update and you renew your license, you'll get it emailed to the correct place. I've just heard a lot of people say, I didn't get the email, and that could be true, but let's go through these steps to make sure that you've kind of done everything on your end to make sure that you have the correct information in there. So
very good. So 2 takeaways: update your email and put your credit card in, both at CCAR, and make sure that's all taken care of. And then after you do that, bam, go over to the state level, do it there.
Yeah.
And the national level.
Everything up
what
to
about
date.
the national level? NAR. No, don't update them.
You guys should all have a profile everywhere. Texas Real Estate, NAR, yes. You
All right.
should keep everything updated. To
Sounds
the
great to me. Hit the bell.
What's going on?
Appraisal packet reminders for listing agents. Attention, attention. That is Shana Acquisto. She's a luxury real estate broker. She knows what she's doing. My name's Mike, and I just sit here in this chair most of the day. So what
Well,
we should,
yeah.
I do, though, right? That's really true. Actually, I use a different chair. But so, anyways, we need to pay attention to this one for
Yes.
appraisal packets.
So in our market right now, it's kind of chaotic, and something that we do is provide. So from a listing agent standpoint, what we like to do is provide appraisal packets, and what this is meant to do is to not influence the appraiser, but to show them the truth.
Remind them
of the truth and how we obtained our listing price, okay? And you have to think, they're coming in. So they were hired by the lender on behalf of the buyer. So this is the lender's precaution to get a fair market value for this home. Okay?
That's a really good point.
Yes. So when we are doing appraisal packets, and I know that we all do these, there's a couple of things that I don't know that if you know this or not. But one, you need to be truthful. Okay, we're doing true apples to apples comparison, but you have to think this appraiser only has limited information. They only have the information that's provided in MLS. So they're going to pull the same comps as you, most likely, but the things they don't know are updates. When were the updates made? They would like to see a survey, right? They would like to know, were there any other properties that may have sold off market that they didn't have access to and could consider? So these are all things that you, as the listing agent, should provide them, right, to help them determine fair market value, not to influence them.
Now, one of the reasons you want to definitely do that is because they're not incredibly well compensated. It's one of those crazy things. The pay per appraisal hasn't went up at the same rate of most items. So what they're doing is they're trying to get in and get out and provide this professional service. They're a real, true professional.
They are.
And it feels like they're under attack for their compensation, and they have to do more and drive further and all those things. So imagine what they're going through. This is to help them and make it much, much easier on them so that they can get us what we need. We're trying to assist them.
And you know, a lot of people get frustrated with the appraiser. This appraiser was awful. He took comps from whatever. This is the appraisers. They're licensed by the state of Texas. They have very strict guidelines that they have to follow. My dad was an appraiser, and I heard it from his side all the time. But you know what? The appraisers are valuable. They're there to protect our market.
And
right?
they have a standard that they go by.
They do have a standard. So when you're providing these appraisal packets, I don't know, most appraisers will take them and be happy that you have provided for them. You know, any information they can have in making that determination is great. If they don't, and they say, hey, I can't take that, don't send me that, that is actually a violation. And that's what I wanted you guys to know. If they do not accept, it is a violation of the USPAP, which is the Uniform Standards of Professional Appraisal Practice.
Whoa.
Okay? So you want to be careful there, because you never want the appraiser to feel like you're trying to coerce them or influence them in any way, shape, or form. All you're doing is handing over key information that they may not have had otherwise. Okay? If they feel that you are influencing them and trying to persuade them or bribe them, if you will, they can note that in the appraisal.
Well, so like a bribe would be if you give them something of value in exchange for like, receiving an action. So, no, you're not going to compensate them or do anything.
Right.
What you can do, though, is simply give them the information, and you correctly noted that they cannot ignore information from a market expert. And so are you a market expert as a listing agent?
Right. That's probably another question. But yes, they are not allowed by their license to ignore that information.
Okay,
so
good point.
Just wanted to make sure everyone was aware of that. And if you have any questions on that, we should discuss it, because the appraisal packets are very, very important for you to provide.
Very good.
And love your appraisers. Think of them. They go through a lot. It's
they
hard.
Certainly do. Very good.
Okay.
Hit the bell. Hey now, property taxes are coming out. 2021, property taxes coming right at you. Going to be hot off the press. Any day you're going to see them, right? And how does that affect you as a buyer and or a seller during this time of the year when the values for next year are out, but like for mid-year, we're going to discuss all that and more with luxury real estate broker, Shana Acquisto.
Hey, that's me.
Yes, it is. So we're midway through the year, right? And we all know when we close that we get this adjustment, and it's done and it's prorated, and like all this goes on, and people are always like, wow, there's a lot going on right here. But it's the day you purchase and actually close and fund on your property that there's an adjustment made. And there's a credit or a debit based on where we happen to be from the buyer and the seller so that we get this all right to the day. But we have a problem here. Do you want to describe the problem and kind of explain it?
So the problem is our market is hot, and things are selling and going up and up and up, and therefore your values could go up and up and up, right? So if you're at closing and your taxes are based on the previous year, I mean, they could go up substantially the current year, right? So what happens there is there could be a shortage at the end of the year when your buyer closes on their home, taxes are due. Well, they took taxes from the previous year, but this current year they went up significantly. There could be a little gap there.
And it becomes more of a problem the larger the home is. Now, at closing, you have a document that says, like, hey, we can go back and obtain this money from the other party and whatever it is. But then you're having to wait on this party and, like, do they have the money? Did they spend it? Like, what's their obligation to truly repay you?
You have to track them down as the buyer,
yes.
Right?
So what we want to know is the reason that it's the most important thing to consider right now is because we want to know what year they're basing it on, right? What the value is, and you as the listing agent need to understand that, and as the buyer's agent need to understand what your client's going through and need to know what the potential dollar amount is.
Yeah, and maybe you need to negotiate that in, and you need to make sure that you are protecting your buyer so at the end of the year that doesn't happen. So until the taxes are past protest and they're set in stone, that value is based on the previous year. So if you may want to talk to your lender, you may want to talk to your client and negotiate that in and say, hey, we want to make sure that if there's a shortage on here that we have some way to go back and get that and maybe put it in the contract.
Yeah, it almost seems like you should collect a higher amount based on that, like 10% higher on a standard year. I don't know.
But I don't know if the lenders allow you to do that. So it could be, that's why I'm saying I think negotiating it in some way, shape, or form.
You can give a credit, right?
But that's also difficult when we're in such a hot market and you're trying to avoid any obstacles and contingencies and things like that look funny.
Yeah, that's going to be a super hard one to explain. Like, we want to go $100,000 above on the purchase price of your home, but we're super concerned that the home value is going to go up by this amount. So therefore, we want a $1,000 credit. That's weird. We're paying $100 over, and we want a $1,000 credit. Let's potentially avoid
right.
Something
so maybe
like
it's
that.
Something you go in and you say, I'm going to go up this high because you know what, and use it as a negotiation. We won't go back and ask the seller for the difference.
Oh,
right?
Good point. So that's an advantage, and you're going to potentially waive that for your client so that it is a perceived value to them of an extra $1,000 or $2,000 or whatever that number happens to be in the situation, depending on the purchase price.
And I would guess that it's something that they haven't even thought about.
Yeah.
Right? So they're going to be like, whoa. So this offer won't go back. I don't know what our taxes will come in at, that could be a way to actually secure a property, a difference maker.
And it seems like you know what you're talking about when you utilize stuff like this, right? So we've done a pretty decent job of kind of discussing this whole topic and getting you to a reasonable solution. And I'm really impressed with that one. That was great thinking, great on the spot, Shana. And, I always like when everyone's flowing this way, if you give information that's just a little bit different than the other people, right? So if you're telling that listing agent, hey, we won't do this, they're going to be like, oh, I didn't even think about that. And no one else mentioned it. This agent must be really good. So therefore, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go,
Put that
Shana.
in your toolbox.
Wow. Brilliant. Hey Realtors, let's establish your Google My Business profile. We're going to walk through that and just a little bit more all right now with luxury real estate broker Shana Acquisto. We're going to tell you that Realtors are independent businesses. We're going to give you a step-by-step guide on how to set this up for yourself. We're going to show you how you can set your home address first so you can get that all verified. Then once it's verified with Google, we're going to discuss how you can remove that so you can hide your address, right? And then we're going to show you how to use it and what it's good for. All that headed at you right now. So let's go ahead and split the screen and chat in the link for us, please. And what we have here is a Google page. We're going to give this link to you, and this will be down in the description. So agents, we went over this during agent meetings this week, and what we were going over is your Google contributor account. And a lot of people, we kind of sidebarred on this one, that we said, hey, do you have a Google My Business account for you as an agent? We have one as a brokerage, right? And that's linked to the address of the brokerage. That's not where you're going to link yours. You're going to put it to your home, if that's where you office out of, and get it verified there. You would be listed as your name, comma, realtor, and potentially your address, right? So you have that all there. You're an independent contractor and therefore entitled to have this Google My Business all set up for you. We're giving you the simple step-by-step guide here from Google on exactly how to do that. One of the key things is you are going to have to get your business verified. So what's going to happen is they're going to send some information to you directly. I'm making the assumption that you're officing out of your home, so that's going to get sent directly to your home office. When that information comes in, you're going to have to verify something, right? That's actually your mailing address. There's a code, something along those lines on there. I can't remember from the time.
Is that what Megan said? They send a postcard?
Yeah. So then there's a postcard comes out from them. Then you type in this information. No, well, they want to verify that that's actually your address. Yeah. Then you can go into that same account once it's verified and you've established that, and you can suppress your address if you would like to. Suppress your address. And then what that would just say is that you are located in that city or whatever it is, and they don't pinpoint you on a map by being right there. Correct.
Now, here's something to think about too. If your husband has a business and you have a business, I think you can only have one business per address. Is that correct? Or do you know that?
I do, and
is that not true?
No, it's not correct. So
Mythbusters right here.
So that one was busted. Sorry about that, guys. So go ahead and suppress your address if you don't want it to be there. It's not gonna. It will help you show up in local results. This will help when people are looking for realtors in my area, for example, or best realtors in zip code, city, whatever it is, realtor near me, and they're doing a search within Google related to proximity.
Or if they're just driving around,
related to them,
pops up. It's pretty cool.
Well, if they suppress the address, then it won't show up, but it would if so, right? So anyways, I think this will totally help you guys out, and we'll go over some additional things. We talked all about your Google contributor account during our broker meetings this week, and so this is an example of something that you can do within there that you can grow on it. So you use your Google address or Google email, and it'll all be taken care of there. Congratulations on being independent contractors. Nice. And it just helps you grow your toolkit, different ways that you're getting out and showing people what seen. You are. Yes. Let's take that extra step.
Good job.
Hit the bell.
Ooh, I like that. Yes.
Real estate word of the day, assumption. So what we're going to do is we're going to use that word in a sentence. We're going to define it, and then we'll talk about it super quick with Shana Acquisto, luxury real estate broker. So an assumption is
the term applied when a buyer assumes the seller's mortgage.
Okay. And so what would take place, and we'll use this one in a word here, is the new lender completed the assumption of the mortgage. Okay. So what would happen is it would get assumed, moving from one party to the other, taking on the liability and the note as it currently was written, and it's assumed, transferring from one party to the next. Okay. Also see similar words like assumable mortgage, assignment, and all those different things. Qualifying assumable are going to be different terms as well, all related to the mortgage, and that's just a little discussion about it. Some loans are assumable. Some loans are not.
We're starting to see
Sometimes it makes sense for it to be assumed based on whatever happens, but the other party has to put down money and you have to make it right, and there's like maybe there's a second. There's a lot of different things to kind of consider there, and it depends on the economic environment if that's the right thing to do or not.
All right, good job.
Well, that's going to be a wrap for today, guys. I do want to remind you, and girls, I do want to remind you that we do have Show Me Your Listings with Shana coming up right now. We're going to take that link and we're going to chat it in for you so you have that standard meeting link. I'll remind you that it's the same standard meeting link that we use for like everything here, okay? So you can get in there. It is not going to be hosted today by Shana.
Correct.
Instead,
it will be hosted by Stacy.
Very good.
Yes.
Very good. So Show Me Your Listings. Tell me the concept of what this is.
So Show Me Your Listings is where we all, talk about upcoming listings that we have and share our current listings with one another in case you have a buyer in need or a seller in need. So it's just a great way to get the information out there. We're all struggling to find homes, so that's what we really talk about that and how to, help each other, help our buyers, help our sellers. And it's just a great way to collaborate with one another, and it really benefits your client when we do that.
Very good.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about that runaway hit show that you have, Show Me Your Listings with Shana. I'm thinking about going ahead and doing a spin-off with that. And I think that's going to really help out.
Uh-oh.
And I believe, get excited for this one, I believe we're going to go with Show Me Your Listings starring Megan. And what this would end up doing is you guys would show your listings to Megan, and she'll pick through every single thing related to it. Go over the quality of everything, make sure it's listed everywhere, make sure you have a single asset in, make sure you know where everything is. Make sure you fully went over it first. Then, after that, then the property can go on Show Me Your Listings with Shana when it's all completed.
It's got to get screened.
Yeah, Megan will rate, score everything for you, make sure you have all the assets. No, we haven't. I didn't even discuss it with Megan. So Megan, I am so excited to be able to have this one for you, but what it's going to do is get everybody on the same page. We have a lot of challenges right now with a super hot market and people wanting to go active with all of this wanting to rush and whatever, and we want to maintain standards and discuss everything thoroughly. And often it's hard to hold yourself to that standard when you're going over it with your client, right? And the client's like, it's a hot market, I want to get it out there. And you're like, yes, it's a hot market, but like, let's really do it correctly. And let's get every single asset and do it all really well. And Stacy wants to join in for every single one. All right, so this is exciting. So I don't know. We're going to have a discussion with this.
Just saying.
Yep.
Okay.
So Stacy wants to join in. That sounds good. Super excited about that.
Yes.
Megan, congratulations. We'll talk through exactly how we can do that. But the idea is we want to have great assets for every single listing. That's why we spend so much money on Media Day. That's why we provide the most and best of everything. And it is important that we look at every single asset that comes back, that Logan provides, that Omcar provides, that Anna assists with. We know where it goes, what we're doing with it, and we can make the best and the best use of such assets.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Just a little idea there. And today's topics, we did go over CCAR, updating your credit card. We went over the appraisal packets and how they have to listen to you and accept information if you're actually a true expert in your local information.
Yep.
So be an expert. And property taxes coming out. How do we deal with that?
Coming out soon.
Yes. And then establishing your Google My Business account. We went over much stuff today.
Yeah.
I would like to remind you that if you are on Twitch, you can follow us there. This stream is live on Twitch as well. Yeah, maybe those millennials are playing video games. We're probably not on in the right hours for streamers.
Probably not.
Because they tend to play different hours of the day. Yeah. But we are there live on Twitch as well as YouTube. So thank you guys for joining us. Jump over to Show Me Your Listings right now. Behind the scenes coming right up.
Bye.
All right, behind the scenes pictures. Ready, Shana? Perfect. Hold your phone up. I don't know why, but that one looks good. Ready? Nice. And you have anything else? I'm gonna put my glasses on. Just makes me look more studious. I don't know if it looks good or not, but ready? Perfect. All right, let's go with some words here.
Yeah.
Throw them bad
So
boys up
topic
there.
number 1, Realtors, CCAR.
CCAR, Realtor.
Realtor.
Now,
Do you have a Realtor up there?
No,
No? What do you have?
just rocking.
You're just rocking it? Not even this one? Okay. Perfect. All right. What else you got?
second topic, attention listing agents, appraisal package.
Attention listing agents. I could use some paper. Would be probably good. Like a big file. Here's a,
For what?
I don't know. It just seems like I'd be looking at a paper. Hold it up a little higher. Perfect.
Now,
Perfect. All right, get one without this here. So we'll remove, no, hold that up if you could. And just no words on it real quick. Open it back up like we were. I like them when we get it with and without. Okay, thank you. Awesome, what you got next?
third topic, 2021 property tax value.
Property tax values. Seems like a calculator situation to me.
Now,
Nice.
I don't know if
I don't think can you hold the calculator?
yeah.
Ready?
now,
Got it. Okay, thank you.
then Google My Business page.
Google My Business page. Seems like we would hold up a phone for some reason here. Shana.
Brown.
Now,
Good. Thank you. And then we got one more left, right?
Isn't it
The
called
word
Brown.
yeah. One word.
OJ's wife. Ready?
Now,
Thank you very much. I'm going to turn the mute.
I spread my wings, I'm letting go. I go higher, higher. My feet are lifting off the floor. I feel lighter, lighter. I'm hooked on this feeling and I'm wanting some more. I can't get enough, got a craving for more. Give me all of that, give me what you got. I can't stop, I can't stop. I keep going up, I'm climbing to the top. I'm high on the feeling, oh yeah, yeah. And I'm not coming down, 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 down. I'm high on the feeling, oh yeah, yeah. And I'm not coming down, 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 down. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. 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 Oh, I was born to go and fly, to fly higher, higher, like a bird up in the sky, on a wire, wire. I'm hooked on this feeling and I'm wanting some more. I can't get enough, got a craving for more. Give me all of that, give me what you got. I can't stop, I can't stop. I keep going up, I'm climbing to the top. I'm high on the feeling, oh yeah, yeah. And I'm not coming down, 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 down. feet are lifting off the floor. I feel lighter, lighter. I'm hooked on